Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know that I like to go deep within my reading. So I look at everything we do, look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play as karmic themes within your experiences. Also, you need to take that um, to heart and mind if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, because part of your reading is going to be a shadow reading. So, and it's always done live. So you have to be open to those two factors. Also, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you'd also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the first card that I pull out. Now, if I chose you, you just need to reach out to me through my email. You find that in the description box, along with all the other important information about the channel and my other YouTube channels. If you're connected to a Virgo or any other zodiac, you can go to my Psychic Soul Healer channel or my Virgo channel. Everything of any importance or relevance, again, in the description box, including the word of the video if you forget it. And the email, my email, if you won and you want that reading, you got to reach out. Tell me what day and times you're available. Give me a few options. And the day before or whenever we decide, or maybe the day of your reading, I'll send you the link. It depends on how busy I am. All right, let's see what the word of the video is. The word of the video is the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's important when you're dealing with shadow, right? We want to know why the person's doing what they're doing because they're showing us a shadow, and a shadow is like, again, the mask, a facade. So we don't know, and when we're too emotional, we can't feel. So the underlying energy is disappointment. I feel like you're connected to somebody that it's like you see who they really are, and it's a disappointment. I did feel like for a long time you had rose-colored glasses on. You thought, Scorpio, that this person was a good person. You thought, you know, they were attractive to you, there was a connection, a spiritual connection, a deep connection. You could feel their energy. And for a long time, there was a sense of being stuck between your heart and your mind about this person, like loving this person, but also like not trusting this person, having a hard time letting this person back into your life in a way, and them never really showing up 100%, which is, again, why the disappointment. There was a constant disappointment, which actually uh, hurt this connection a lot. And that's the underlining energy, because your person sees that they disappointed you. And in that, now they're disappointed because they can feel like you're detaching, and they don't really know how to handle this. They don't know how to handle their deep emotions. So this is the underlining energy. Again, is that you became intolerant. And because this person, I feel like they didn't give time to, because of the connection, they felt that they didn't have to give time. That's crazy. It almost like they had this golden ticket, this pass. And it was like, I know that we're going to be together. Um, but I'm not ready to be together yet. So I'm going to go out and explore, and I'm just going to kind of leave you over there, and I'll get back to you when I when I when I get back to you. Almost like they put you on a shelf or something, and almost like you were expected not to talk to anybody. I think this person perceived you as someone that like didn't need anyone, didn't need, like, almost so strong, which is why they're attracted to you, because this person doesn't really like, they have issues with the deep intimacy, deep trust. I feel like they have avoidant issues. So it's, again, which is, again, another reason why you're disappointed, because, and why you're intolerant, because you're like, hey, you're used to creating attachments where you need me, I need you for stuff, instead of actually like being in the connection. And I don't think that they didn't do this purposely. Yes, they did do the, I don't have to put time into you because, hey, we have this deep connection already. I don't really have to put the time in because I already know I'm going to be with you. You already know you're going to be with me. It's just not right now. And so, you know, but they realized that they had to give something. And instead of really giving something, I feel like they always instilled like a fear, like into you, like, I don't know, like, does this person care? Do they not? And again, just because they didn't give anything, they created a lot of mistrust. And then I feel like when you said something, they again were like, didn't want to hear it again. It was like they downplayed it. They just wouldn't look at it. So the energy again is disappointment if you're going to want to enter into winning the reading. So again, it led into when they saw that you were disappointed, they didn't fix it. And then over time, I feel like you were like, how could this be my person? When meanwhile, this person is like, you're my person. So I don't really have to give anything. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to invest in anything. And I'm really not ready to do that yet. But I know I will be. Like, okay. And then it's again, it was like, I feel like in all the time that they spent away from you, it's like you grieved. It's like you were sad. You grieved. And there's a sense of that you're like, I'm connected to you. You can feel me. You can feel my emotions. And we have that connection. And so I'm sad and you're not fixing it. But what you also don't realize is during that time, and this is what you're saying, Scorpio, to your person, during that time of separation, I've grieved. I've grieved. It's like you thought that I was going to stay stuck in that sadness. And because of your inconsistency, like you were trying to keep your foot in the door, like you felt as if they breadcrumbed you, Scorpio, while they ran around and gave to everybody else. And meanwhile, they had the connection with you. And again, when you confronted them, it's almost like they enjoyed it. It's like, oh, good. So you're stuck. See, like you're not going to go anywhere. You can't do anything. It's like, yeah, you'll get over it. It's like those people don't really mean anything. And so there's a sense of, again, that it would create like, emotional, obviously, like this person looked at it like you were lashing out at them, where it's again, but they liked that because it's like, oh, good, see, like you're complaining, which I don't really believe that you lashed out. I believe you confronted them. I believe you confronted them. I don't believe you lashed out at them, but they saw it as, oh, see how much you care. So you're not really going to go anywhere. Like you're complaining. So it's again, you're complaining, but you'll get over it. It's like, and I'm going to I'm still be in your life. I'm just going to be not giving you anything. I'm going to be breadcrumbing you because I know I need to give something. So it's the way that I keep my foot in the door while I go out and I, give to everybody else. Because, for whatever reason, I wasn't ready to settle down. Because I didn't feel like I was going to get anything. And I feel like it kept your life upside down because it's like emotionally you were like connected to this person. And, they were constantly like again, keeping you stuck in a trap cycle, like where it's like nothing ever changed. And I feel like this went on for years for some of you, years. Like, I know I almost met you at the wrong time. I met you at the wrong time, but I know you're my person. because I can feel it spiritually, like we have this strong bond. But instead of honoring it, this is what this person did. And I feel like, again, this person needs a lot of their inner child healing. They have a lot of triggers that have absolutely nothing to do with this connection. Again, like it's their, and I also feel like if some of you are in connection with somebody that has children, and now this is for some, you would feel like this person gives so much to the children and they kind of ignore you. You don't really even know why you're there, or you feel like that, the children come first, and which the children are always supposed to come first, but it's more or less like they're hiding behind their children, and where the children now are like running the show. And there's a sense of where you're like, okay, like you don't know where to put me. There's a sense that you don't know where to put me. It's like you're going to put me in with these people, which you're not treating me like your person. You're treating me again as I don't want to give you that yet, because then you're going to expect it and then you're going to want more. And then it's like, again, and so I'm not even going to start that yet. So, but I know I have to give something. And again, like I feel like there was still an emotional connection, like between like them and either other people or their ex, like that they weren't letting go, where I don't really feel like that's was it. It's that this person never really, they don't like confrontation. And because they don't like confrontation, and I feel like they're look at their energy, their player energy, they were not very respectful to the last person. And if they have children with that last person, well, that person's manipulating, your person through the children, which this gives the children, like, again, a lot of power. So there's a sense of, again, because they're not given to you, it was always that person, where it's like, it's again, just avoidant behavior. I don't want to give to you yet. So I'm going to hide behind the children. I'm going to make it like I have other responsibilities. I'm going to breadcrumb you. I'm going to do everything except for give you what you want, pretty much, to keep you stuck, to keep you connected to me. But I'm not ready to give anything yet. And again, so I feel like it's not that this person made you feel like unsafe physically, but they made you emotionally not feel safe because they never showed up. It's again, the ex, the children, other responsibilities, what their own like party time, everything became before you. And in that, it get them to like, again, like when there was things that you would want this person to show up and be accountable for, whatever it was, it could be you experienced a death, obviously you would want some emotional comfort. This person wouldn't show up for you. They never showed up. And the thing is, it began to give you anxiety, like knowing that this person was not going to show up, who look unsafe emotionally. And the reason why is because I know that you're not going to come through. I also don't trust you. I feel like, everyone becomes before me. So there's always like this issue that I'm not going to get what I'm deserving of. And so they were kind of keeping you in a place of lack and limitation. And so, we'd say, okay, well, why would a person do that? Well, a lot of times people don't know why they do what they do. They're just traumatized. But the most important thing here is not really these cards, because we're going to pull them because everybody has an ego and wants to know, what does this person really feel? Are they going to come back? But what's really most important are these cards, which is why did you attract this person into your life? What are you supposed to learn? Because right now, this person, again, like just their attitude. I mean, I feel like, yeah, they realize it now, but that's what they did. They again kept you in a place of anxiety. They made you again not feel like you mattered that much. They suppressed you while they went out and had a good old time, while they found themselves, knowing the whole time that you were sad about it, and it gave them pleasure in knowing that, because it gave them comfort, like, oh, you're still going to be there. That's triggering for me, because it's like on so many levels, this person doesn't know what love is. They're actually creating an attachment style, which is meaning that this person is like kind of training you to like know that you wouldn't be getting that, like this person would not be showing up for you a lot of times. It's like they show up sometimes, but who wants to be with the person that shows up sometimes? Nobody. I feel the sexual energy between us yet is beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. See, it's again, it's being like a lot of passion. Again, there's physical attraction, but they haven't given enough time or energy. They're selfish. They've been selfish the whole time. So it's not elevated. It's and it wouldn't be all of a sudden become elevated because they haven't put any time in. But they would actually feel like, oh, well, there's a lot of passion. And obviously, what happens when two people have a lot of passion for each other? Things go fast. So it's a concoction for it to not work out, because this person doesn't really, they have issues with commitment, which is really what's at the deeper thing, because they have avoidance style behavior. And avoidance style behavior is, well, I'm not comfortable with, like really ending things 100%, obviously, and really starting anything new. But I still want people to love me and to be here for me. So I'm going to have attachments everywhere. But we have this connection. So instead of us, you know, they're like, instead of like giving you the love and the respect and the honor, it's like, I'm going to utilize that, connection for, to do what I want, and to, I can, do what I want because you're so connected to me. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match and frequency with the other. So it's again, this person knows again that you are mad and sad. I just don't, I feel like in the fact that you're mad, it makes this person also realize now that, because again, they did all that I'm not going to come towards you, is what this means. Because, like I said, they know that they should have elevated this to a place of unconditional love, because they could feel your energy. This is not like any relationship that they ever experienced before, but they did not want to do that. What they wanted to do was they wanted to run around and hang out with a lot of other people. And when it looks like now, it's like, oh, well, now you're angry because the whole time I gave you anxiety and never showed up for you. And, so how could you ever possibly trust me? And so, in the fact that one of us is sad and angry, which it's you, Scorpio, it's, creating that. So if you want me to come towards you, you need to elevate it, which is like, bring me happy vibes. Because again, I could feel you. That's the same way as the whole time that I was away from you, I could feel you, which is why you're mad. So like I said, this person like is a little bit, I'd say, too sure of themselves. I don't feel deserving, and it's affecting my levels of abundance and openness. So this person, again, down deep inside, there's abandonment issues. So they do things to elevate their ego, to make themselves feel better about themselves, which was to give you less. And then again, run around with a lot of other people that were going to blow smoke up their ass to make them feel really like good about themselves, is what I see here. And I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back from asking. I'm afraid I'll get in too deep. So they, again, it's like there's this spiritual connection that's really deep that I feel like scares the shit out of them. And they don't feel deserving of it. So what I see here is that this person like talks themselves out of being in the connection. They find a lot of reasons on why, but they still feel the connection. So I'm feeling like they're always like, later, later, I'll give to you, later, later, later. But this is why, again, in all that time that's gone by, you're like, you're inconsistent. And the whole time you knew that I was sad. So of course I'm disappointed. And instead of fixing it when you knew that you should have fixed it, you were self-righteous about it. So you severed the intimacy issue because I don't trust you anymore. Because all you did was neglect me. So of course this is why you're fearful. Of course that's why. Because you know that you didn't treat me right. I mean, it's all right there. So is this person gonna do anything? Because like I said, what I see here is a lot more of what happened, but not I'm going to do anything. What I see again is holding back, talking themselves out of it. We're just gonna pull two more, which is again, I feel as if it's again, this person, it goes around in circles. So I feel like they will reach out to you again, but it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be more of, going around in circles. They'll come back and act as if they're going to be different. But it's again, I just feel like it's just more of the same. It's like again, round, like because they don't know really how to be. And no, I feel like there's a sense that you're like breaking free. Like it's like that there's a sense that this person will try, but it's like I still feel like they like their independence. They like their independence, and I feel like you breaking free from it, right? Breaking free from it. And I also feel like again, they like their independence. They're strong-willed in what they want. And I feel like it's mainly because they need healing. This person needs healing. Um, like because that's really at the core of why they didn't give it. They felt the connection the entire time. I just feel like they always thought, eventually I'll be ready. But the problem is like when you live that lifestyle where you're running around and you're getting your ego fed, you begin to get confused in like what your life, you want your life to look like. Because like you said, they're getting fed on an emotional level, even if it's by people that aren't really important. It's like, and and having excessive behavior, whether that's drinking and partying, whatever it is, it's like that's the phase that they're in. And like I said, they don't, the root of it is really their own avoidant behavior. And that the root of that comes from their inner child wounds. Because people that have avoidant behavior, again, it's like I had to be responsible for someone instead of find out who I am. So I have fear of abandonment, like you're going to take my energy from me. You're going to take my life from me. And in that, the irony is they always attract people that kind of take their life. I don't feel that that's you, but the focus is on, I'm afraid that I'm going to get connected to somebody that I lose myself in and they have full control over me. And because you have that connection to me, I know that I could definitely lose myself in you. So instead, I'm going to have a surface relationship, attract surface people to me, that which means that they have a very low vibration because they don't want to get deep with me. They don't want to really form a connection with me. They like the party life too. They want what I want. So again, but in that, they wind up seeing me as a resource to get to what they want, which is what attachments are. That's what attachments are. It's like where this person's trying to create that is creating an unconscious attachment to you by giving you like by being inconsistent, right? By being inconsistent in and out of your life. It's almost like giving you love, not giving you love, giving you love, not giving you love. But they feel like they have to do that because they don't feel deserving to really be in a real relationship because they know down deep inside that they would have to let any relationship like get to a place past the just passion, just lust, because just passion with no love behind it is lust, where this person likes to keep it shallow. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because we don't really see them doing anything. We see them doing more of the same. They're not ready to evolve. What was the message? And I'll tell you one thing, if you hung around this person for a long time, and they gave nothing the entire time, it means that you're not giving yourself enough love or credit. Crafts and creativity. I feel like you actually put yourself into like the things that you used to do when you were a kid, the things that you used to do a long time ago if you weren't a kid. And that kept your head busy, but it also opened up a new life for you because, again, you attracted a person that really doesn't have an identity. And I feel like it's not that you didn't have an identity, but there was a large part of you that didn't know who you were, and you were actually waiting for this person to come in and give you a life, and they weren't giving you anything. And so what it had to be is you had to learn that you had to give it to yourself. And in order to keep yourself sane, again, you put your energy into like a hobby or a craft or something. But like I said, it opened up a new world for you where it helped you connect with different people, different events now you go to, different like people that you meet. Not to mention you got really good at, the hobby or craft that you were putting your time into. Again, innocence, because again, like your innocence was robbed. I feel like you grew up in an environment. Again, these are the inner child cards. So these are the wounds. They're also full gifts. And I do also feel like the way that you learn to survive in a tumultuous environment was to go into your psychic mind. It brought you back to the energy again of when you were a child. So whether or not you were psychic and creative and you wound up putting your energy into some creative venture that kept your mind busy, like I said, I feel like it opened up a whole life to you. For some of you, I feel like you guys were designing, like we're decorating your homes or decorating your apartments or like, and in that, like you got into like design. For some of you, you got into, again, whatever the hobby, the craft, where you were putting your time, but it was something that brought you back to your childhood that you've always been good at. See, not all the time do we discover our wounds. Sometimes we actually uncover gifts from dealing with a person that's toxic, because it pushes us to be different. And that's really how you shape shift the energy. And I think that that's what has this person in a total mind fuck, because they expected you to like really be like devastated to the point that they would just throw a cracker at you and you were going to be like right there. And that's not what happened. It's like, you were like, oh, you gave so much time away from me. I had plenty of time to see exactly who you are and your disappointments. And they're disappointed because they're like, I just screwed up the best thing in my life. And again, organized chaos. You grew up in an environment, the organized chaos. I feel like there was a lot of craziness that you grew up in, like where your parents fought a lot. You might have grown up in an alcoholic family. You might have grown up where a parent was sick all the time. There was some sort of tumultuous things going on when you were being brought up, and not because of you. It was the environment that you lived in. And so there's a sense of, oh, I can live in like craziness. I can escape craziness because I grew up in craziness. So I go and I escape into my own mind. It's the way that you detached. This person didn't realize that when they left you alone to detach for so long, that you kind of like lost feelings for them, because when you detach from your emotions, which is what happened when you put your energy into yourself, because this person wasn't giving anything to you. So you were able to actually see them for who they truly are. And they weren't looking at that like that. They were like, well, I'm not going to be ready to give to you, but I will eventually. So I'll just come back. And like, they didn't really think, again, they thought that the connection gave them like a free golden ticket, like into Willy Wonka factory, like almost like I got a golden ticket. I can do whatever I want. It's like, so we ask spirit again, so what should we know? And it's again courage. And so I'm thinking it's again courage to break away from this. I am stronger than my fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the test of light. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am being of new life, meaning like it's time to like go in a completely different direction. It's like have the courage, because this might have felt familiar, or you might have again held on for so long that it became familiar. And even like if you grew up in a way where you had to detach, again, you're like, I'm used to living in organized chaos. I can live that way. Where spirit's saying, but you shouldn't have to, and have the courage to break away from a person that thinks that it's okay to put you on a shelf and not respect you. It's like you're already disappointed, and this person already knows it. And so, like I said, I'm not even seeing that they're strong enough to come back, like to like apologize, because what are they going to say at this point? And like I said, they're insecure and they feel not really deserving, and they're not, because of how they dealt with it. And I feel like that's how they eat the karma, meaning they look and they sabotage the connection. It's not like they don't have feelings. They're in a place of fear because of it. They're stuck in grief because of it, because they knew that there was this, higher purpose. And that's really the wisdom, the knowledge is that this was a spiritual connection that they damaged. And like I said, I mean, it's a collective reading. Some of you guys might take this person back, but I feel like you shouldn't take them back, because they were comfortable in seeing you sad. They were comfortable in treating you the way that they did. And it's like during that time, they downplayed it. They were like, I'll make up for it after, and it's like a sense of, no, you don't really get to do that. But like I said, it's a collective reading, so you guys do you, boo. But I'm feeling like the majority of you are not going to take this person back because, like I said, you already disconnected from them because, again, of the disappointment. I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.